and welcome to the Rational Living Show. I'm your host, Dr. Aldo Pucci. So thankful you could join us. This is a weekly podcast, and it is broadcast live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern United States time. I am president of the National Association of Cognitive Behavioral Therapists, an association that's based in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. I developed an approach to cognitive behavioral therapy called Rational Living Therapy. Rational Living Therapy focuses on the fact that our thoughts cause our feelings and behaviors, not people and situations and things and events. I'm also author of 2 books, The Client's Guide to Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, which is now in its 2nd edition, and Feel the Way You Want to Feel No Matter What. This is an interactive show, and so if you're listening on the Podbean app, you can use the Podbean app to call in with your questions or comments, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. And if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or X or LinkedIn, you can type in your questions or comments, and I'd be glad to answer any that you have there. The title of this week's episode is Building Mental Resistance you need to ask yourself, uh, um, is this a want or is this a need? Is it something I have to have, or is this a desire? Is this a preference? Because when you think I need it, I have to have it, I cannot live without it, then that creates anger if you don't get it, right? So a better belief is I strongly prefer this, but I don't need it. I only want it. The third is can't stand it beliefs. I can't stand it. I can't take it. But the fact is, unless it's something that can kill you, you can stand it. You just don't like it. So a more accurate rational thought is I don't like this, but I can tolerate it. I can take it. And the fourth belief is things must go easily without difficulty. So the first question in response to that belief, things must go easily without difficulty, is why must it? In what world is that the case? That things will go easily simply because I want it to. Okay? And so when we ask, well, why must things go easily without difficulty? It's often because people believe I can't stand it, I can't take it. So then we get back to can't standitis. So to help yourself to better cope with frustration, first step is to catch the demand, catch the confusion of need and want. You know, this shouldn't be happening. Well, of course it should be happening because the necessary ingredients for it to happen are present. That doesn't mean I have to like it. It just means that 1 + 1 = 2, no matter how much I want it to equal 4. Second, turn the demand into a preference. I wish this were different. I wish I didn't have this obstacle right now, but obviously I do. I prefer to have things go smoothly, but I don't need them to. And then the third step is to add tolerance. I can handle this even though I don't like it. I can stand it. I just don't like it. And then stay functional. What is the next best thing that I can do right now? Keep moving forward. So you look at the situation that we had last week, and we very well might be having that situation this week. I'm not sure. I won't know until after a show. But last week the audio dropped out, and I could have said to myself, well, this shouldn't happen, or it's a horrible thing, might as well just give it all up. But instead, a more resilient idea is I don't like it, I can handle it, and we'll figure out what's going on. This is only unpleasant, not the end of the world, or the end of me, or the end of anyone else listening. Okay. All right, so let's see if we have any. Okay, good. So someone there are a couple of questions here that I received. Why do I get so irritated over small things? Someone asked. Why do I get so irritated over small things? Well, the fact is, if at that time when you are making yourself irritated, you sincerely, truly believed that it wasn't worth the irritation, then you wouldn't make yourself irritated. So apparently you don't think at that time that it's such a small thing. So it sounds, what the question implies to me is that you think that you should believe it's a small thing, but at the time you really don't. Okay. So therefore, it's important to ask yourself, the first distinction is this thing that I'm upsetting myself about something that I need, like air, food, and water, or is it something that I only want? Am I afraid the actual consequence will be if it doesn't work out, and then work at disputing that? Okay. The second question I received is, how do I stay calm when things don't go my way? Well, the first is the realization you might as well, right? Because if things don't go your way and you make yourself miserable over the fact that things aren't going your way, then you have two problems. Your practical problem, whatever it is that's not the way you'd like it to be, and your misery. So when people realize this, that I might as well give up the misery because I'm going to have this problem whether I'm miserable about it or not, when they realize that almost immediately helps them to calm down. But also examining, and you can do this quickly, is this something that I need, like my life depends on it, or is this something that I only want? Must things go my way, or is it only a preference? Third question, let's see. How can I deal with frustrating people at work? Okay, well, first is to realize that there is no such thing as a frustrating person. There are people who might get in your way. There are people who might make it more difficult to achieve your goals practically. But there's no such thing as a frustrating person. Okay. So the first thing to do is to work at counseling yourself rationally. Refuse to anger yourself by, first of all, using the word should rationally. If this person is acting a way that I dislike, obviously they should act that way because that's the way they're directing themselves. That doesn't mean you like it or you think it's right when you say it should. It's just that you realize that all of the necessary ingredients for them to act that way are present, particularly their way of thinking. And so they're going to continue acting this way as long as they continue thinking that way. Okay, so that's the first thing. And then, so once you, and also reminding yourself that I can stand it, I can take it, I just don't like it. Okay. And then once you have calmed yourself and you're in a much better position to approach the situation rationally and kindly, and encourage the people who sometimes get in your way of achieving your goal to act differently. And sometimes just explaining how important a goal is to you and explaining to them how they've made it a little more difficult. Number one, they might not have even realized that they were making your pursuit of your goal more difficult, but explaining those things might lead them to certainly have understanding and be willing to help you out. But if they refuse, then there might be measures that you might be able to take depending on the rules of your employer. But then ultimately, sometimes it's important just to work around. If you find that there's not a whole lot that you can do practically, you might have to find a way to work around them, okay, and still achieve the goal. But what you don't want to do is give up. Just throw your hand. That's the opposite of resilience. All right, let's see. What another person asks, why do delays bother me so much? Well, delays don't bother you. You are upsetting yourself about delays, and look for a should, a must, a can't stand type belief. Can't stand it type belief that there must never be delays. I must never have to wait. It's terrible when people and things make me wait. And in particular, I can't stand it. I can't take it when I have to wait on someone or something. Um, work, look for ideas that like that. That those very well might sound familiar to you, and work at disputing them. Of course, I can stand it. I just don't like it. The fact that I want things to be on time does not mean that they will be. But the good news is I only want them to be on time. I don't need them to be on time. Like there are very few situations in life that it's a matter of life and death whether something's on time or not. Okay, so therefore, most of the things that we have to wait on are, if it's delayed, it's an inconvenience at worst. Okay, rather than a catastrophe. Okay, all right, great. Let's see if we have any other. Okay, it looks like we're done. So this is the Rational Living Show. I am your host, Dr. Aldo Pucci. The Rational Living Show is broadcast every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern United States time. Please make sure to share the podcast with your friends and family. Also, please visit our website, nacbt.org. That's for the National Association of Cognitive Behavioral Therapists. And also cbtonlinetraining.com. Thanks so much for joining us, and look forward to seeing you all next week. Take care.